Hi, I'm Jacqueline. You might know me as a hypnotherapist and intuitive counselor at Light Path Therapy, also at The Way, Holistic Collective in Calgary, or you may know me as the girl who sings and swears at bath products on a little Instagram and TikTok channel called What's in My Bath. Anyway, either way, hello, hi, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to make a video about a thing that I experienced yesterday and noticed myself experiencing, and I think that maybe other people experience similar things. So I wanted to share this and maybe get you considering and thinking about where this might be happening in your life. So I have a part-time gig that is sometimes public facing, and so people will come up and ask for directions. So I had a lady come up yesterday holding this giant box, and she looked a little bit like she was struggling a bit, and she asked me for directions, and I told her, I gave her fairly clear and concise directions as to how to get where she was going, and it really is only accessible from this one hallway and one elevator bank. And after I was done telling her these things, she turned around and went in the exact opposite direction that I instructed her to go. And as I'm watching her go up this giant staircase that is not connected at all, she can't get to where she's going from that direction whatsoever, I physically start to shake, and I feel a pit in my stomach develop. Now, I've spent a lot of time with myself and looking at how I react to things and analyzing what's going on in my head and what stories I'm running and etc., etc. So I do understand a lot of where my negative reactions come from. And in this case, I grew up feeling like I was responsible for the emotional states of those around me. If for some reason things just didn't go smoothly, I would get yelled at. I would get yelled at a lot. And so I, almost as a coping mechanism, try subconsciously and sometimes very consciously to control the emotional states of those around me and ensure that they have a smooth experience, lest I get yelled at. So relating it back to the situation that happened, even though I am as clear as I possibly can be, for some reason this other person did not pick up what I'm throwing down, and now I have internalized that as the fact that I am somehow an awful, fucking terrible person, because I've now ruined this other person's day. Cue adult logic brain applied to this situation. I have nothing to do with how somebody reacts to information I give them. I have no control over whether or not someone listens and really understands what I'm saying, nor do I have any control over what they do after I relay information. All I can do is my best. And my best is to speak as clearly and concisely as I can. And then from there, I've done my job. And whether she goes in the right direction is on her and not me. Making another person do something is literally not my job. All I have access to is my own experience, and that's what I can control. Yet, I panicked. I physically fucking shook from this situation because I began running this narrative that said, I have ruined this woman's day. She's carrying this heavy box, doomed to lug it up the stairs and then eventually back down when she gets lost, and she's going to be fucking miserable. Me. I was the one who ruined this woman's day. That somehow, her inability to follow the directions I gave is my fault. How fucked up is that, friends? How fucking crazy town is that? So what happened? I spent the next 10 minutes completely miserable, physically shaken, physically having a goddamn anxiety attack. And eventually she came back and she said, I don't think I was listening to you. She literally said those words. I don't think I was listening to you. What direction do I need to go? And so then I told her again, and she went off on her merry way. She literally told me that it was her who didn't listen. I cannot control the actions of others. Let's take that one step further. Let's look at the narrative I was running. I have ruined this woman's day because she couldn't follow my directions. I have ruined this woman's day. Is that true? No. No. Whose day was actually ruined here? Mine. I ruined my own day by taking on the responsibility of this woman's experience. I can't control that, but yet I wanted to control that. And what did it cause me? Absolute fucking misery for those 10 minutes. So friends, I want you to take a good look at what's going on in your life. I want you to examine your reactions. I want you to look at where you might be trying to overcompensate and mentally control that which you cannot physically control. You can't control how somebody else takes your words. You can't control the emotional states of other people. So are you trying to do that? And if you are, goddamn stop it! Awareness is key. And that's why I'm asking you, take a look at what's going on. Take a look at where your thoughts are. Take a look at how you're reacting to things. Question your thoughts. Question your fucking thoughts in these situations. It's not going to stop always these situations from happening. Like, I'm very practiced at this. And I'm very good for the most part of cultivating an awareness and stopping myself before I try to overcompensate mentally for something I can't control. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. Yesterday is a prime example. I still get stuck in those traps sometimes. But the important part is I'm able to recognize it. And instead of it sidelining my entire day, I was able to shorten that sideline to only 10 minutes. And that's great. That's powerful because it gives you your life back. It gives you your mental energy back. So you are only responsible for yourself. And as such, you have the ability to give yourself a pass. You have the ability to tell yourself, hey, dude, this one's not on you. When you're witnessing somebody do something, the more you start reminding yourself, the better you will be at catching yourself in these moments. It's just a practice. It's a practice that has to happen over and over and over again. God knows that I do that thing. So what can you take away? Oh my God, dude. Recognize what's happening in you. Recognize. Give yourself the space to logically think it through. So recognize, rationalize if you want to use that word, and give yourself a fucking break. You deserve it. Like, your well-being is your responsibility. And this is how you take that power back. You can't control other people, but you can control your well-being. And a way to do that is to question your thoughts. A way to do that is to touch base and examine your reactions to things and see whether or not you're reacting to an imaginary narrative like the one I imagined, that I had ruined this woman's day. Anyway, be good to you, friends. You're the only one who truly can.